Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Administration demo organized by Mindmajix. My name is Sumit and I am a Salesforce consultant. So today I am here to give you a demonstration on Salesforce Administrator. Salesforce is very demanding technology at present these days in industry. You might be curious to know that what exactly Salesforce is, in what domain Salesforce fits in, what exactly the technology Salesforce is, and what a Salesforce Administrator job role is, and what administrator does in an organization. I have around 18 years of experience in IT industry, mainly into training and consulting industry, including 7 years of experience in Salesforce CRM. At present, I have already conducted more than 50 plus online batches on Salesforce, and I'm highly experienced across the various Salesforce modules, SFDC modules, including Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Chatter, App Exchange, Visual Force applications, triggers. Now, let's talk about the course curriculum which we are going to offer you through this training. So that's the core curriculum. As you can see, we have designed this module in such a way so that by the end of this training, you guys will be able to confident enough to work as a Salesforce administrator, mainly you can say. Now here we'll be going to start with the CRM and Salesforce introduction. Then the second thing is, in order to work on Salesforce, the registration is very much required. So we'll be going to see that how to register on Salesforce, and we'll start with a small application. So we need to build an application. We'll be going to learn how to build an application, creating objects, and many more. There are important topics which we have included in this course curriculum, mainly relationship, lookup, master detail relationship, one-to-many, many-to-many, data management, securities and sharing. Because being an administrator, your job role is to manage all these settings within an organization. Record types, workflow automation. When we talk about Salesforce CRM, so mainly it is used by the organizations to automate their maximum processes. So it would be your responsibility to automate maximum processes or as much as processes you can. So therefore, in order to do that, you must be aware of the automation. So therefore, we have included those topics also: workflow automation, approval process, and approval process there. Process builder is there, process builder configuration, flow introduction and configuration, and web to lead, web to cases. And at the end of the day, you would like to capture the data directly into Salesforce from out of Salesforce or by custom users, by the end user. So therefore, we'll be going to learn how to create a domain configuration in Salesforce, or how to set up public sites in order to capture the data directly from the customer. And there are a couple of other topics we have added, like community management or community builder setup, app exchange, and configuring Chatter, and introduction about how to manage the Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and service. And then we'll have a final training conclusion. So that should be our final. So these are the topics we have included. Now let's talk about the today's agenda. What are we going to cover up in today's demo? So we'll start with the introduction to cloud computing, about Salesforce, what is Salesforce administration, Salesforce architecture, the career and the job rising opportunities for Salesforce administrator. Then we'll talk about the project we are going to work on, and I'm going to give you a product demo on a specific topic which I have chosen, and then we'll have a questionnaire round. So if you have some questions or any queries or doubts, you can come up with this question. You might have heard this term cloud computing. What exactly cloud computing is? So cloud computing is the on-demand availability of computer system resources, especially the database storage, applications, the databases, the server. Because these days, the resources are very expensive, and it's not possible for every organization to manage all the resources. For example, if there is a company and that company wants to maintain the server, and in order to maintain the server, the cost is very high. First of all, they require a dedicated machine for that, dedicated resource. Then a high bandwidth network is required, dedicated person is required to maintain their server. So the cost is involved in that, and it is not possible for a small organization to manage everything. So therefore, what the companies do is, the companies, they use to rent server online. So everything is moving on to cloud. Most of the applications these days, we can watch movies online, we can listen songs online. But if you just compare the current world with the previous world, like if you just talk about the songs, or like if you want to listen songs previously, what we need to do is, we need to use either tap recorders, or we need to copy songs from some CDs or DVDs, and then only we can listen songs. But these days you can see everyone is going online, and rarely people they are using CDs, DVDs, or the cassettes for listening the music. Whenever they want to listen music, they just open an app in their mobile phones and they can listen songs to it. What is this actually? This is a cloud computing. Everything is stored online. Let's suppose if I have to share a file with one of my friends. So what I'll do is there are two ways. Number one, I should copy this in a DVD or a CD, and then I'll share that DVD or CD or a USB to my friend. So, but in that case, I can share this to only one friend at a time. But just in case if I want to share it with multiple friends, so what I'll do is I'll just take help of cloud computing. I'll just use the cloud storage, online cloud storage, upload my file over there, and whatever the links get generated, I will share that link with my friends or with my users. And the best part is there is a proper security also. If you want to share it to a limited user, or if you want to give specific permissions to them, that can be done from there as well. So basically, cloud service platform, and the advantage of using cloud service platform is that we need to pay as we go. We don't have to pay the cost for the services which we are not using. We'll be only paying cost to the services which we are using. So that is the idea behind cloud computing. So cloud computing is almost everywhere. Let me show you an example that what are the advantages of cloud computing. First of all, multiple softwares can be integrated with each other. Definitely, if anything is shared among multiple users, so it's very cost proficient. Cost proficient because we are not managing it our end, and everything is on cloud. We can access it by 24/7. 24/7 accessibility is there. It is more secure because we have permission sets while sharing the files and records. More flexible, we can access it on any storage. Infinite storage in terms of it depends on the services you opt. If you have opt a huge data service, so you might be having infinite storage space. Depends on the subscription or depend on the service you have registered. Then rapid development and many more. Environment friendly, document control, backup and recovery is also there. So we are free from all these things. Everything will be taken care by for the company whose services we are using. These days there are a lot of examples of cloud computing, like online shopping. People used to love online shopping, and in order to do that, they visit online shopping portals, they register over there, and nothing is on their machine, nothing is on their devices. Whenever they want to see the list of the orders they have placed, or if they want to place new orders, they don't need to download any brochures, or they don't need to download the images of any product they will be liking. They simply go online and they can just select the product and place an order. And next time if they want to see the orders they have placed, they can again log into the environment and they can see the list of the orders they have placed and current status of the product. So all these things come under cloud computing. And in continuation of that, Salesforce is also a cloud computing application. Whenever we talk about cloud computing, the first thing comes into the mind is the sales. Although Salesforce is known as a customer relationship management, and customer relationship management is basically it is used to manage the customer data by the organization, by the business users. For example, the business users, the company wants to manage their customer data. They want to track the number of customers registered with them. They want to track the orders placed by the customers. They want to know that which customer hasn't placed an order with them since long, or which customer is frequently placing an order them, from which area are they getting the maximum customers for that particular product, or which product is very popular among customers. So they can get all the details from a single environment, and that environment or that tool is known as a CRM study. Salesforce CRM, when it comes to CRM, the first thing comes in the mind is Salesforce, and Salesforce CRM, it provides a complete solution for the sales, service and marketing. Mainly these are the three building blocks of a Salesforce CRM or any CRM. These are the three building blocks, if I say sales, service and marketing. And they help in managing the complete process of an organization from lead generation to customer service. It includes everything, and the data can flow from one cloud to another, from marketing cloud to sales and from sales to service. Along with this, CRM also provides a partner management and community management services to the organization. They can manage their customers' information, they can manage their partner details within CRM solution, and also it gives a platform to the customers and to the partners to manage to update their details or to see the past, to see the previous purchases or the past orders they have. CRM is a software basically for managing the customer interaction, such as scheduling tasks, emailing, testing, and many more. Using CRM, the software, we can manage the task scheduling. Task scheduling means, let's suppose we got a requirement from a customer to get more info about a product. It will automatically assign a task to a person or to a team to help the customer. So instead of doing the manual processes, it is doing the automation. Instead of assigning a task to someone, automation will be done based on the region wise. So for example, if we got a request from east or south or west or other different regions, so based on the region of whichever is the nearest service center, that request will be escalated to that particular area, and someone from that area will connect to that customer. So all these processes will be done automatically. Email scheduling is there, email automation is there, and many other automations are there. Not only this, Salesforce CRM can integrate with different tools like social networks, BI tools, etc. When we talk about social networks, so social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So these days, the CRM solutions can integrate with our social networks to basically they can integrate with social network for advertising, to market their product, to generate new leads, and many more. And BI tools like Tableau, ClickView, Power BI. Because Tableau, ClickView, Power BI, they all are rich in data visualization. So at the end of the day, the final requirement by the stakeholders in an organization or the decision makers in a company is to find out they want to get the final result in the form of a dashboard. So with the help of the BI tools, we can integrate CRM solution with that, and we can generate rich data. So this is about CRM. When it comes to Salesforce, so there's a tagline about Salesforce is there would be no hardware, no software, so there would be no headache. So basically, when we move the business to the cloud, then what happened? We are free from everything. And why that so? Because we are not managing anything at our end. Now, for example, I'll give you one very small example. Let's assume that I would like to create one Excel sheet. I have to create one Excel sheet. Now there are two ways. Either I can download MS Office, I need to install Office on my machine, or I can take help of Google Sheet. As all of you know, that installing an application, and if there is if the space is not available in my machine, or if my machine is very old and I don't have that much space, so what I'll do is I can simply go online and I can create Google Sheets. And the advantage of Google Sheets is I can share them instantly, and also I can access it from anywhere. Otherwise, if I'm creating an Excel sheet from my local machine, so I need to carry my system with me, or I need to copy that Excel sheet somewhere in my pen drive, or maybe I need to upload it onto my drive, and then I need to access it every time. But when anything is on cloud, like Google Doc, or you can say Google Sheets, we can access it from anywhere. Not only we can access, but we can share others also, and we can give them specific permissions, with edit permissions or read permissions. It depends on the requirement. So Salesforce comes with the same concept. Salesforce launched a product in the industry as the same concept, that the users, the end users, or the organization, they only manage, basically they only take care of the application, and rest of these functionalities, rest of the resources, and rest of the things will be taken care by Salesforce. Salesforce is a cloud application, it's a cloud technology, everything is on cloud. So therefore, we are free from hardware. We don't require heavy hardware. We don't require nothing to be installed actually. So therefore, no software needs to be installed. Only we need a browser and internet connection in our machine. That's all. If we have an internet connection and a browser installed on our machine, any browser, any specific browser, like either we can use Chrome or Google, or in any browser, XYZ, any browser you will be using, we can access Salesforce on it. Therefore, we are free from we don't have that much headache, or we don't have to take so much of pain on managing the resources. But just in case, if we are going into traditional applications, we have to deal with everything. Not only this, the applications, we are talking about the applications, there must be a database also. So the database also handled by Salesforce itself. So So using Salesforce, we are free from everything. We only concentrate on customizing our application or managing our application. We can concentrate on getting new ideas to retain the existing customers or to attract new customers or to promote our product. Salesforce comes with a subscription-based model. So we have to pay for the services we are using, and therefore it is best known for its customer relationship management product. Salesforce was first introduced as a SaaS platform, software as a service, or just pay and use. But later on, Salesforce introduced a platform called Force.com. Actually, Salesforce itself has built on the Force.com platform, and Force.com platform it provides a functionality where the company can build the applications as per their requirements. So they can get some custom applications. They can build custom applications for their organization. And Salesforce itself has built on the Force.com. Now, if we talk about the Salesforce architecture, which is making Salesforce popular, and the architecture is Salesforce has got a multi-tenant architecture. Multi-tenant architecture means the single application will be shared among multiple clients. If any customization will be done at one end, it will reflect at all client application also. So most of the applications these days, they are working on the same concept. For example, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, even your online shopping portals also, news portals also, YouTube also, or any website you think of, all the websites, all the applications, they are working on the same environment. And Salesforce is also working on the same environment or multi-tenant architecture. So in this case, here, the vendor need to update only one application and the changes will get reflected for all the clients or at all the clients end. Now, there is a single data storage for multiple clients. So single data storage for multiple clients means it's a centralized data storage. Earlier, the companies, they used to have a distributed data storage, or if they want to get the final outcome, so they need to collect the data from different departments or different regions or different areas and then consolidate the data into one place. But here everything is stored at one place. So Salesforce is offering the centralized data storage for all the clients. And as all of you know, anything which is shared among multiple users, it's always economical because the resources and the maintenance cost is shared with all among multiple clients. So all the clients will be sharing. All other clients will be paying the cost. So there would be no, the burden will not be there on a single user. In spite of all these things, Salesforce is sharing the rules is imposed by the governor limit. So Salesforce is completely following the governor limits or the rules provided by the governor. So they would be following all the rules properly. Now, what are the Salesforce CRM benefits? We discussed about Salesforce CRM. We discussed about other things. But what exactly Salesforce CRM benefits are? First of all, it's a low cost. Costing is very low. The low cost, low risk, cloud-based solution. Because as I mentioned, we are free from managing the resources. So there definitely, if we are free from managing the resources, we would be having very low risk in that. The costing will be low because it is shared among multiple users, and it provides a complete solution for marketing, sales, service, partner management, and community management, and it helps in getting the fast outcome, the fast results, because its main focus is on innovation, how to retain the customers, how to get new customers, what action can we take to increase our sale, how can we increase the sale. So it helps the organization or it helps the companies to focus only on these things. Otherwise, what happens? The traditional applications, the companies, they mainly keep focusing on managing the database, managing the application, connectivity between the application, managing the resources and everything. So they spend most of the time in managing all these things. Here now in Salesforce, the organizations, they are free from all these things because all these things will be handled by the sales. Let me give you a quick product demo about Salesforce, and in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up a scenario here. Basically, you can say I'm just going to take up one small module which helps you understanding that why Salesforce is popular, how Salesforce can help us specifically for an administrator to get a job in the industry. Salesforce, the topic which I'm going to cover today is the process builder. So how to configure a process builder. So first of all, what exactly process builder is? So process builder is an automation tool which helps to automate the process, automate the business processes. The interface is pretty simple. It's just like point and click. Don't need to write the scripts or the programming for that. There are inbuilt fields and the object. We just drag and drop, point and click and select the objects and the field while setting up immediate and time-based action. What do I mean by immediate and time-based action? Immediate means at once, and time-based action means time trigger automation. Time trigger means, for example, immediate means as soon as a participant registered with us for an online training, we would like to send a welcome email to that participant for registering with us, like an acknowledgement email. That is our immediate action. When I say time-based action or time-triggered action means, let's suppose a training is going to finish in next 2 days. It will drop an email 2 days before to the team owner, to the batch owner, and to the participants also regarding about the batch completion. Or else, another example I can give you in this case so that you can understand that very easily. Let's suppose I own a credit card and my credit card payment due date is about to come. So what happened? It will start sending me reminders 2 days before the due date, 1 day before the due date, and it will and even the on the due date also it will send me a reminder that your payment is due and today is the last day to make a payment. Otherwise, from tomorrow we would be charging 1.2% interest or 2% interest on the total bill, something like that. Again, this is the scenario of an automation. So we have two type of action, immediate and time-based action. I'm going to show you the immediate action and also give you a quick intro about time-based action also in process builder. And basically, I can say that a process builder allows to do more than a simple workflow code, because there are two types of automations we have, process builder and workflow. Both belong to the same family, but workflow has limited actions and process builder has more actions. So we can say that process builder is the new age automation tool. So let's have a look how this process builder is going to help you in setting up a process. So first of all, let me give you a quick intro about the requirement. So my requirement is very simple. I'm having one object called candidate, and my requirement is like this, that whenever a candidate registered with whenever a new candidate record is created or registered with us, I would like to send an acknowledgement email to that candidate. So this would be on the save action. As soon as the record is saved, it will drop an email to the candidate containing the details like the name, email ID, and so on. So we would like to drop an email. And in order to do that, the first we required is an email template. So I'm going to quickly create an email template. So I'm going to quickly set up an email template for candidate registration acknowledgement. And we have some pre-built templates, but we are not going to use that one. So let me create a new template, because the scenario we are going to cover in this demo is the sending an email automation, sending an email, automated email, and for that we require an email template. So I'm going with this custom without using letterhead. I'm going to set up a new email template right now, and I just write that's the email template, and I just subject. Let me click on next, and very quickly what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up we are going to design this actually. We have HTML email content and we need to design this. So here, now I'm not sure about it that which candidate is going to register, because here when we click on a new button, let's suppose, how do I know that let's say Jack is going to register. Jack is the full name. What is the candidate name? How do I know about it? We don't know this beforehand. So therefore, I would like to make it dynamic. We can have a dynamic email or static email. In static email, the same message will be forwarded to everyone. So we can just simply say dear candidate. We can just write dear candidate. But in our case, instead of candidate, I want to use the specific name. And for that, what I'll do is I can add a field name. So I just quickly get to the candidate field and I select the field name. So candidate email, candidate full name. Copy this and I just write. So here, as you can see, as soon as this process gets executed and the email is invoked, it will automatically replace this variable with the actual candidate name. And I just write, thanks for submitting your, thanks for registration. Just few emails, the few details actually, and phone number. And what are the other informations we have? We have contact number, experience, date of birth, and so on. So I'm not going to check others. So I just name. So name. I just copy the same name here. Name. I just go for email. So for email, this is my email ID, and that's my email. Then I need a phone number. So for phone number, so I'll go for phone number. That's the contact number. And as you can see here, we have all the things. And I just say, and I click on next. So our template is ready. I just copy from HTML version because it may possible the participants, they won't be able to get they won't be able to preview the you can say HTML email. So this text email will be forwarded on their address, on email address. So we have to arrange this. Let me arrange this once again. Let me click on save. So our template is ready. Now we are going to perform the actual work, and that is we are going to learn how to configure a process builder. So I'll just get to the process builder. So this is the simplest process builder I'm going to demonstrate you so that you'll get an idea that what are the activities, what are the functionalities of a process builder. But yes, we can have complex process builders also with multiple conditional statements. So, but again, it depends on the requirement. And being an administrator, you might have to configure this for your organization. Your organization might be having some requirements for configuring an automation. And being an administrator, you have to configure this. You must be having a knowledge of this thing, how to configure a process builder, how to configure automations, and so on. I'm going to configure a new process builder. So I just add a process name. I click on new button and click on a process name. And that's the API name. I want this process to be start when a record is changed or when a record is edited or created actually. So I click on save. As you can see, this process somehow looks like a flow chart. Like in our schools or in our education, we might have learned a flow chart multiple times. So flow chart is basically, it helps to take the decisions better. Same thing. So process builder is also using the same methodology. And here, first of all, we need to link up this process builder with an object. So I click on add object, and I'm going to link this process builder with candidate object. I'm just going to link with this candidate object, and I would like this process builder to be run only once when the record is created, only very first time when the user click on a new button and save the data very first. So I don't want this process builder to be executed every time when the record is created or edited. So I want this process builder to be run only once. So I click on save, and remember one thing. In this process builder, once you select the object, you cannot change it again. So be very careful while selecting the object. Add a criteria. So criteria is, I'll just say rule criteria. Rule criteria means what's the criteria? When do we want to execute this process? So there would be no criteria. I just wanted to execute this action. So I just click on next. So once the criteria is true, it means the criteria is always true and work. So as you can see, we have two actions as we discussed earlier. So we have immediate and time-based action. So this is my immediate action and this is my time-based action. Time-based action at a specific interval it is going to run. And in this scenario, I'm going to go for immediate action. So click on add action, and I would like to send an email alert. As you can see, with the help of process builder, we can perform multiple actions. We can go for process, run another process, post to chatter, execute a flow, Apex, invoke an Apex class, update, record, and so on. I'm going with email alert, and I just give this name as email alert automation. Here we have to add an email alert. Right now we have configured one email template, but email alert is not configured. So we click on this create one. First of all, we have to configure an email alert. As soon as you click on email alert, it will take you to this flow. So don't worry about this. This is the classic version of Salesforce. Salesforce has got two versions, classic and the lightning. In the regular sessions, we'll be going to work on both of them one by one, just to give you a quick overview about the classic and lightning one. So I'm going to configure a new email alert, and this email alert is and on which object? Candidate object. The template. Here we have to select the template which we design. So new template, email template for new candidate. and I would like to send this email on the registered candidate email ID. Because with every record there's a field called email ID, and the requirement is whenever the candidate registered, we need to drop an email to the candidate on this mail ID. So therefore, I select that email ID field. If you want to mark a CC of this email to someone else, we can do that. Else, simply click on save. So our email alert is ready, and the name of email alert is email alert for new candidate. Let's try to search for that. As you can see, I have created an email alert over there and the name is coming here. So I just select this email alert and click on save. Now, this process will not work until and unless we do not activate it. And once we activate it, this process builder will move into the read-only mode. So I just activate this, confirm, and it is in read-only mode now. Now we cannot make changes into this. In order to make some changes, we have to clone it, create a version of it, and then customize it. So we'll be going to talk about more on that in our session. But let me show you that is it really working or not. So first of all, let's go and check the process is active, and the process is new candidate email automation. Now, in order to test this, what I'm going to do is let me register a new candidate. I just put my name and a date of birth. It's a random one, any mail ID you can select, contact number, email ID. I'm just going to put my mail ID, just select experience as 4 and click on save. And as soon as I do that, what happens? I got a message that the candidate number 5 was created. This is the auto number. The candidate is registered. Now let me go and check whether this candidate really registered or not. So let me go and check for this, and I'll just check my mailbox quickly. And as you can see, I have received a mail in my mailbox. You can see I have received a mail in my mailbox. Dear Sumit Goel, thanks for registration. You can now apply for current job openings with us. Your details are as follows, and so on. We can customize this or rearrange this properly. But yes, a process is working on, and we are able to successfully send an email on the whenever a new candidate registers with us. So you can test it out multiple times. You can use any. For example, let me register with another name. Let's suppose I registered with James, and date of birth, contact number. Because I don't have any other mail ID right now, so I'm just putting my mail ID once again and click on save. And the data is like the record is created. Let's go and check my mailbox again. I have again received an email. Dear James, thanks for registration. So this means every time a new candidate registers, it will drop an email to that candidate. So this is the way the process builder works. So this is one small example of a process builder, which gives you a quick overview about how the automation works in Salesforce and why Salesforce is popular for this. Because as you can see, in order to configure this process builder, I don't have to write any scripts or any code. It's very handy, just point and click. This makes the process simple and easy to work on. So this is about the process builder. So there are other automation options are available. We have workflow automation is there, trigger automation is there, that we'll be going to talk about in. Now if we talk about the job opportunities, because you might be wondering that Salesforce is okay, we learn the Salesforce, but what about the career and the job rising opportunities for Salesforce administrator? How about the job opportunities? So as per the Salesforce, there would be almost 3.3 million jobs will be created in the Salesforce by ecosystem by 2020, and these are the almost current jobs. And this stats are on Salesforce websites also. If you want to go and you can check on Salesforce websites also. This is from their itself, not a fake news. So almost 3.3 million jobs, and you can see 300,000 new jobs this year, and the tech still paying $200,000 a year and 1.3x faster job growth. If you are a Salesforce expert, you will be having more chances to get jobs in any domain. It doesn't matter you work in which domain, okay, XYZ, any domain you are working on, but if you have a Salesforce expertise, you can easily get a job. And if we talk about the salary, so the average salary of a Salesforce administrator will be $95,000 almost a year, and for Salesforce developer developer, Salesforce technical architect. These are the different business roles, or you can say these are the different job roles in Salesforce environment. As a sales manager area, average salary for this, marketing manager being a Salesforce, and as you can see, the Salesforce administrator average salary is higher than the sales manager and the marketing manager, because Salesforce administrator is going to manage the company's details, the customer's details, or the client in the internal employees details. So the Salesforce skills, or having the Salesforce skills, lead you to the competitive salary. So this is about the career job opportunities in Salesforce. Regarding the certification, so there's a Salesforce certification 201. You have to pass the Salesforce admin certification. Not that hard, but yes, if your concepts are clear, you can easily clear that admin certification. And to know more about the certification, you can visit certification.salesforce.com and you can register over there to take the admin 201 exam. Then in this training, we'll be working on a project also. This training will not only the theoretical base, this could be a conceptual based training, or a scenario based training. We'll be working on a scenario, and at the end of the training, we'll be working on a small project. That's the recruitment management. And here in the business requirement of this project will be to track the current openings within an organization and the managing the job application received against the same position submitted by the registered candidate. And for this, what we'll be doing, we'll be designing a custom Salesforce application to track on upcoming job opportunities, upcoming positions, the job application submitted by the registered candidate, and how to automate the processes like sending an automated email to the registered candidate, or whenever a new job openings will be come up by the organization, how can we promote it or how to add it on the company's website. Basically, how to do analysis on the complete data and generate reports and dashboards. That also we are going to cover in this project. And at the end of this project, the participants, they will be learning that how to create custom applications, objects, how to set up an application, how to build an automation process, how to implement the securities and sharing, as we discussed in the first slide also, even how to give the permissions to the internal users or internal team, including the external users, those who are going to interact with the app, and how to capture the data into objects using custom visual codes. So, along with this project and other things, additional courses, resources which we are offering in the documentation, useful reference, the sample resumes we are going to share, and the resume preparation guidance, that what are the things you can mention in your resume, what kind of projects you can mention, what kind of keywords you can mention in your resume, which will help you to get shortlisted. So these are the services. That's all in this demo session. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts or any questions, you can come up with your questions. We can discuss here right now. Any questions regarding the course timing, resource allocation, anything we can discuss with Mindmajix, and anything regarding the technical terms which we can discuss here regarding the course timing, course fee and everything, that you guys can directly discuss with your Mindmajix. So that's all in this demo session of Salesforce Administrator. So thank you guys for attending this demo once again.